Okay. How about those who are seeking that every party member be made to take part in internal democratic elections?
Yeah, the great concept of democracy, face to face. It would have been a good idea to the extent that it will cut out bribery and corruption, inducement, because you may be able to buy 200 people or 200,000 people, but you cannot buy 4 million in that. But this is a very difficult situation for Ghana.
How is
I
it a
know
difficult
that there
situation
is
for
a case
Ghana?
in court
Yes.
filed by Dr. Nyao Tamaklo, my own Christian Amakunyao, and Professor from Pomwati.
Yes.
In principle, it's not going to work.
Why isn't it going to work in principle?
Because it will be very difficult for you to identify who your real members are. Such a mechanism is open to abuse and to infiltration from outsiders. I recall when the NDC tried this approach, even on a limited basis, they had to abandon it because of infiltration by an NDC member.
Isn't it also because of the timing? Because at the time, if you're getting ready for, say, parliamentary primary, and you do that, or if you're getting ready for constituency elections and you do that, you can trust those who are seeking to contest to actually get their members or get people they believe would support them to register and vote.
And vote for who?
For them.
For them.
Yes.
You're already debarred from contesting because of your incumbency. You are an executive of the government, and you want to be an executive of the party.
No, I mean, for instance, if you're registering party members, so the NDC is actually started, it's a branch. They've started the processes now, and as part of the process, the NDC would have registration. Now, if the NDC decides that it would have all card-bearing members vote, the moment it opens up for registration, people would go in there, get in there, because then whoever intends to become a branch executive or constituency executive would want to get his or her followers in there. So can't political parties look at a system that says, okay, so for instance, in the national election, it says if you want to vote in an area, you should be an ordinary resident of the area. You also should be, say, 18 years and above. Can the political parties then say that you should be a card-bearing member and should be due paying for at least 2 years before you can take part in an elections or vote in an election?
Well, I don't know how legally this can stand, because you are disenfranchising a lot of people who may be party members, supporters, and so on and so forth. And you don't want them to come and vote. You set a limit 2 years before you can vote. That's very difficult.
So for you don't think the parties can do this?
They can, but it has its practical problems. What we need to do is to set up the mechanism that will wean people off this quest for money. And I think the constitutional amendment to the effect that you can't be an MP and a minister at the same time is one of the solutions we can have to the monetization of our politics. People rush to be MPs because they feel that it's a sure step to become a minister. But if they cannot, and they are restricted to their MP mandate, then the monetary element will reduce.
Okay.
You see, we have dug ourselves into a hole with this monetization of politics, especially internal one. That's why everybody wants to be a minister, get an opportunity to build a cash bank where you can distribute to delegates. And that kind of thing is what is spoiling Ghanaian politics.
Okay. So, in the absence of that, you don't see how we can implement a system where every card-bearing member can vote.
Physically difficult.
Okay. Yeah. Before you go, let me just get your view on the NPP's flag bearership race. I know you've been monitoring.
Yes, I have.
What do you make of the race so far?
So far, among the candidates?
Yes, the 5.
Personally, I think Kennedy Agyapong should opt out. We don't want a braggart who lies about people to be our president. He is not presidential material.
Okay.
That's all I have to say.
All right. Dr. Tony Aidoo, thank you very, very much for joining us. Dr. Tony Aidoo, former Ghana's ambassador to the Netherlands, former Deputy Defense Minister under Jerry John Rawlings, and former head of the Monitoring and Evaluation Unit at the President.